wander through the darkness, searching for some warmth, but your love still lingers in the depths of my soul. A bittersweet reminder later wakes up. Now the moon has a place, the stars lost their charm.
What's up, guys? Jake with Fantastical. Coming to another special red dot video. Today, I've got something new for you that came out a few weeks ago. Today, we're looking at the Zulisy Otter Pro. This is an RMSC pattern green dot that actually comes from Zulisy that offers multiple reticle options and is supposed to be a very good budget-friendly option for people that want to everyday carry something without breaking the bank. Today we're going to go over all the specs and features of the Zulisy Otter Pro. We're going to actually zero it properly, and then you guys know typically how we do on the channel. We're going to beat the living piss out of it to see if it can hold zero or survive for that matter. We do this because we think it's important to us and probably to you at home to know is something like this is worth your time, but more importantly, hard-earned money. So, with all that being said, let's see how she does. Also, if you happen to hear a lot of noise in the background, it's because it is cicada season. And hopefully you can hear everything I'm saying in this video. If not, well, I apologize. I'm going to break this red dot today, so hopefully everything comes out good. And just to be clear, Zulisy did send this dot out to us for testing and evaluation. They know, though, that anytime we get free stuff here on the channel, we tend to beat the piss out of it, and that's not going to change today. I may have a discount code. I don't know. At the time I'm filming, I'm not sure. There might be a discount code down below. Look for it there if you like what you see. If you like this dot, that will really help the channel out because ammo's not cheap. All right, so first things first, we actually need to just see where our zero is here. But going over all the specs and features, as I said from the beginning, this is an RMSC pattern green dot with multiple reticles. RMSC, some people call it shield pattern, but you know what I'm talking about. It's essentially the pattern that fits on your Glock 43X's, your SIG P365s, your other micro compact concealed carry guns like this. This is a micro dagger we got on for testing evaluation. Now it comes in at roughly $189, putting it at a price point that's very budget friendly even compared to stuff like Hollow Sun. It features 10 different brightness settings, 2 of which are going to be for night vision, 8 of which are going to be for daylight use. Now one cool thing I like about this particular dot, if you look here, as you see there is a side loading battery tray. It uses a CR1632 battery, which is very nice. Having it on the side like that means you don't have to take the whole red dot off to actually replace the battery. It should give you roughly about 50,000 hours of battery life according to them. Of course, I imagine it might be on one of the lower brightness settings. On top of that, it does have what people really like these days, that shake awake technology, meaning it'll cut off after a couple of minutes. You come back, pick it back up, it cuts back on automatically for you, meaning it's going to save that precious sweet battery life for you. Although with these 10 round mags, the fun kind of ends pretty quickly. So like I said, you got a couple different reticle options that you can actually swap between. You can actually have a 2 MOA dot with a 36 MOA circle surrounding it. Or if you don't like that, you press and hold the up button. It'll switch to just a nice, crisp, clean 2 MOA dot. Or if you don't like that, if you want to be kind of wild with it and just not really have accurate aim, then you can actually switch it to just a circle pattern. Of course, you press and hold that again, and you'll go back to the standard circle dot pattern that we started with. Now, if you look closely, you've got your elevation there, and you've got your, on this side here, you've actually got your windage. And these are 1 MOA adjustments for both of those. You see those little bunny ears that go on the left and right side of the elevation? That's actually meant to be used as sort of like a rear sight in case, this isn't really an issue for me, but you'll see here it lines up perfectly with your front sight there, and it aligns perfectly with where your rear sight normally would be. That's actually pretty useful, even though I don't really need it because you see I've got plenty of height with my own rear sight, But if you have a factory rear sight, there's a good chance that maybe, just maybe, this dot will sit up too high for you. Of course, with this being the micro dagger, it fits perfectly on the slide directly, so no adapter plates needed, thankfully. Not that there's too many patterns out there for micro dots in the first place. If you look closely, that was my first target. Not too good, kind of all over the place. Shot some steel, of course, in the middle there, and then finally, it looks like it's still slightly shifted to the right. I'm gonna make a few more adjustments, get that over here. But then after that, I think we'll be good to go. Behold, the tree of damnation, where red dots like this come to live or die. We have properly zeroed the dot here. Now we're gonna smack it against the tree, much like how you would with the hammer hitting the nail, and see if it holds that zero, or maybe it'll even break. Who knows? Let's find out. We got some tree juice action here, of course. But if you look closely, oh god, there's a bug on me. It's a little nasty, but you'll see it looks like it's pretty decent though. Looks like it's okay. It's gonna be okay, guys. It's gonna be okay. See that? Not too bad. Not bad. Had a couple of flyers. I'll show you what we got here. I was aiming at the right target there, A zone essentially. Had a couple of flyers. In fact, the top right one was my first shot, and I was like, oh man, it's still far off to the right. And I tried to correct for it to see if it was going to be in the middle, and then it was right on where I was aiming. So I think that first round was just me, I don't know, being rusty or sucking, I don't know. Everything else was right in the middle once I actually remembered how to aim properly. We are a pretty good distance away from the target. Behold, the brick of damnation. This is where red dots come to live or die. This is where we take a fully loaded magazine. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's really bright and sunny out here, but it's fully loaded. Stick in the mag, of course, nothing in the chamber, of course, because we try to practice a little safety here on Team Tactical. But we're going to essentially drop it chest high directly onto this brick. Let's see if it holds zero or survives. In 3, 2, 1. Guys, listen. We just did 5 drops. Let me unload the gun here. Look at it! 5 drops onto concrete. Do you see that? Look, I mean, there's obviously a lot of wear and tear on the, you know, right there. Look at that. Dot is still good to go. Everything's still intact. This is without doubt the best performing Zulisy dot we've done so far on the channel. This is the first time I've ever actually drop tested a micro dot and it didn't crack the glass. This is very impressive. I gotta see if it holds zero though. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hold zero. Well, I guess it still does matter if it holds zero. It's just like, you can always re-zero it. I call that a freaking win. More so because the fact that I didn't freaking break the glass. Now, I could be wrong here, but when's the last time we did a micro red dot drop test and it survived? All right, guys, so how do I feel about the Otter Pro? I gotta tell you guys, I'm actually really impressed with this. Like I said before, I've done a lot of different red dot drop tests on here. I've tested a bunch of stuff from Zulisy, and a handful of other companies. Usually when we get micro dots that fit on small guns like this, typically they are pretty fragile, and typically when we drop test them, they usually break after 1 or 2 drops. The fact of the matter is, we dropped this directly onto a brick 5 times, chest high, sometimes a little bit more than that, and it actually survived. That's kind of unheard of and kind of rare for us to come across here. So I'm impressed. Color me tickled, impressed. I don't know. I'm just saying I can't recall the last time we actually had an RMSC small micro dot survive. And that's impressive. And for that, I really like it. Thank you again for Zulisy for sending this out to us. It performed admirably well. What else can you want? $189? Sure, whatever. That's a whole lot less than what you pay for the more expensive brands. And like I said, there might be a discount code down below. I don't know, we'll see, maybe. But I like it. And I think if you're looking for an RMSC pattern red dot, a micro dot for a micro handgun like this, I think you'll like it too. Guys, that's gonna wrap today. If you know this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about the Otter Pro? I'd love to hear from you. We will see you next time. Working on this new camera here. What do you guys think about? I've got this lens protector on here. It's got some dust specks on it. I gotta get that off of there too. Did I just scratch that?